live from xTool's headquarters here in Mountain View, and here joining me is Stein. Today is a very special day. We just wrapped up our P3 Open Day, where creators brought their own materials and projects to test on the new P3 CO₂ laser. Now we're excited to bring those experiences directly to you. Over the next hour, you'll hear from our users who just tried the P3 for the first time. You'll see their projects that they created, and we'll get some of your answers, some of your questions answered live, sorry. And don't forget to participate in our lucky draw. We're giving away 3 premium accessories worth a total of more than $3,000, 1 AP2 Max, and 2 RA3 rotary attachments. Drop a comment with P3 to enter the pool. Winners will be announced at the end of today's live stream. Stay tuned. Right now, I'll hand it over to Stein, and he'll give a quick quick demonstration intro of everything that we've done today and a little bit more.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Stein. Great to see everyone again. Some of you guys probably are familiar with me, David, also the setting behind us. So this is actually our maker's shop. It's a mock-up shop in our Mountain View office, which is our U.S. headquarters. We just opened this place up a couple months ago, and we had our recent brand launch in July, and that was a blast. So we want to replicate that again. And a little bit different today is about P3, all about P3 and all about something around P3 in terms of the accessories, the capacity of it, and how much upgrades that we've been doing for this. And also another point I want to call out is the authenticity of this interview, because we're going to highlight a lot of features with our real user experience and feelings. Some of them coming from our xTool squad team, and some of them coming from our local users or potential users. And we just had a great experience, a demo day today from morning to afternoon, 2 sessions, and our users being able to really put their hands on the P3 and also accessories. So you will hear a lot of real feedbacks from today's interview and the live stream. And another call I want to start with, this demonstration is the 1% for the Makers donation program. We just launched from our brand launch in July, and also I think Jason also called it out in the official P3 launch the other day. So I want to emphasize again, so 1% for the Makers donation, it's all about making a feedback to the communities, to the makers, and making sure that we are dialed in with where we kind of came from, which is the makers movement. So we will donate 1% of the annual net profit from xTool's overall sales revenue globally from 2024, and we'll make that donation to any makerspaces, schools, nonprofits, anything related to education of our next generation of makers in 2025. So this application open for all, and make sure that you click the application form in the comment section to apply. And another thing we will announce is that in Maker Fair San Francisco in upcoming weekend, we'll announce the winners on site, and we'll also receive more applications for donation. So that's the 2 highlights I want to call out for today. But coming up, let's welcome some of the real user experience sharing, and I will give it back to David.
Thank you, Stein. So I'm going to have some users. They're actually from our local area. Some of them have traveled a little bit far. We're in Mountain View, as I mentioned earlier, but most of them are from our local Bay Area. So if you guys wanted to come up and then kind of bring up your projects as well, they're over here to the side. And so as they're making their way, we'll ask them a few questions, give them a little bit of interview, what they did today, and then kind of go from there. So who's up first?
I'll take it.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me grab a mic really quick, and then we'll be able to introduce yourself a little bit better. But if you don't mind just showing the camera what you made. So this is, I believe, what is it exactly?
It's a slate.
You are?
It's slate.
It's a slate cut cheese board, right? Or just are you using it in any culinary way?
No, not in a culinary way.
Okay.
I just figured I'd use it as just a transactional for like a desk or something like that.
Okay. And then what was your name? Sorry.
I'm Tanner.
Jenner. Okay. And then have you used laser cutters before?
Yes.
Okay. Which ones?
I have the S1 at home, and
Okay.
I have a P3 on the way.
Okay, great. So you have a P3. So this is the first time you've used the P3 then?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually came out here specifically to ask a lot of questions about care, maintenance, stuff like that.
Very good. And you brought this as well, right? This slate.
Actually, no.
Oh.
This was actually brought by one of the xTool squads
Okay.
here to show us and demonstrate, and he was kind enough to donate this because I didn't bring any material.
Okay. And then why'd you choose the slate?
Actually, I've never worked with the stone portion,
Okay.
and I always thought that I needed the IR mod
Okay.
for that, and the P3 showed
I
differently.
don't want to break it. And then what's Winterhawk?
A Winterhawk is actually my mom's crafting.
Okay. Business name.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're local, right?
No, actually, I'm from Reno.
Okay. I saw somebody was from Reno, which is for people who are viewing, it's about maybe a 5-hour drive.
About, yeah.
So if, and it's also in Nevada in a different state. So you drove out here for this specific event?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, I couldn't wait.
And then, so I guess where you're going to be using the P3 for specific? Is there anything specific you're going to be using it with?
A little bit of work applications. I think that there's some things that I could be doing in my particular field, but also I do want to, you know, extend my revenue stream and get some artwork out there.
Okay. And did you use the P3 today?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you did this yourself?
No, actually, I had some help.
Okay.
I
started the process,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. And how did it turn out? Like, are you happy with the results so far?
Yes, I honestly I didn't think it was a possibility, and so I'm really excited that I made this purchase, and no regrets.
Okay, great. And did you have anything specifically beyond just the stone? Was there anything specific you made along the drive? Is there anything that you came to see or questions that you had that were answered today?
Yeah. So obviously we're in Reno. We're a little bit in a different environment.
Yeah.
So gets a lot colder.
Mhm.
I want to not do things in my house
Mhm.
anymore with my S1. So I wanted to know, hey, if I'm in my garage, is it safe? Is there any issues or anything that I need to be prepared for? And they were able to answer all those questions. So
Great.
but obviously I'll let them go into the specifics.
Absolutely. And what's the thing you're most excited about for your P3? Beyond this, I think this might be one, but is there anything specific?
Actually, I've got a honeydew list about 1,000 line items long, and I think that this will help go a long way with that.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. And also thank you for making the trip up here, or down here, I should say.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. And let's pass it on to the next guy. Thank you so much.
All right.
And then if you don't mind introducing yourself.
All right, my name is Marco. I'm a board member for one of the local maker spaces, Hacker
Okay.
Dojo. And yeah, I mean, I'm very happy to be here today.
And so I'm assuming because you're from Hacker Dojo. For those who don't know, it's a local makerspace. right in San
Hackerspace.
Mateo?
No, it's here in Mountain View.
Oh, Mountain
yeah,
View,
it's
okay.
just down the street from here.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew it was nearby, but I didn't know it was that
We
close.
have it used to be in different locations, but yeah, mainly Mountain View.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you've used lasers before.
I have one as a D1 Pro, which is
Okay.
a diode. And for the people who don't know between the different lasers, diode cannot cut acrylics, where CO2s can cut acrylics. So since I do a lot of crafting with acrylics, I wanted to start, looking into those. And this is an amazing machine. So yeah, very impressed.
Great. And so you knew about the P3 via the launch page or through word of mouth?
Yeah, so the funny part is like I was gonna buy a P2 and
Okay.
the P2S, and then this, they announced it. I was like, oh wow! So I actually signed up for the Utah event, even though I wasn't gonna make it. But then I said, well, I'm not gonna be able to make it. When are you guys coming to your headquarters? And it's like probably by the end of the month. So here I am.
Okay, great. That's perfect. And I think you made a few things.
So
let's start with
yeah,
the smaller one.
So yeah, so I actually test the sizes, right? So this is the smallest size. It's a keychain with my name, right?
And you made it on the P3.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, and
great.
it was pretty cool because I mean, it did everything, right? I just put in there, it scanned it, it scanned the size. I put in the computer, put my name, and it did everything. Like I didn't have to do anything else. It was
Okay.
pretty awesome. And with this one, what I like about this one, and
Yeah.
it's just the size of this, right? The fact that you don't have to do anything other than place it on the conveyor, and then just modify the settings, and that's it.
Perfect.
And this is, like you can do a lot of cutting, like large stuff. And I was impressed with, with the details and the size and everything. So it went from like very small to a keychain to probably a board. So yeah.
Great. And you did both by yourself?
Well, not this one. This one
Okay.
someone helped me with. This one I did it by myself.
Great.
Yeah.
And then was it your first time using the new studio, or had you?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, today that's when I find out there's an actual like studio. I used to do just the regular cloud one, and someone mentioned it today. It's like, oh, have you tried the studio? It's like, no. What's the difference? Oh, there's a lot of difference. More powerful for sure.
Yeah.
And I guess it's gonna work with my cutter. So yeah, I definitely when I use it from now on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you use XES prior? Because you had the.
Yeah, that's the one I
Okay,
used.
that you were using.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And so with the P3, what are what are your thoughts? What are your
Well,
opinions?
No, definitely an amazing machine. I used other CO2 lasers, like more industrial type, but very not user friendly. And for a person who's new into laser cutting, I mean, this machine does it all. I mean, you cannot really ask for anything else. If you have an idea, just put it in the machine on the computer, and the machine does it all for you. So it's amazing.
I'm curious, with your maker space, do you have a lot of like educational, like with students, or is it more like for adults? Or how would you see this fitting in, I guess, into your maker space?
So we do have a laser machine there, and
Oh,
we
you do?
do a
Okay.
lot of events. It's just that our machine is a very industrial. Not many people are actually scared about it because they cannot, like, they see this monstrous machine, and the fact that you have to take like an actual training just to use that machine. This one I have to take any training. It's just basically like, drag and drop and push the button, and that's it.
Okay.
So
And
it's
easy to use. So you would
Oh
say,
yeah, definitely easy to
okay.
use for sure. I think having one of these in our location will make a lot of difference. Definitely, it's gonna bring a lot of people, new members for sure.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so easy for EDU use or for anybody who hasn't used a laser prior to
Right.
this, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that's kind of like the nice thing. That's one of the selling points. I think you brought it up for us is it's easy to use, and
Yes.
I think you could obviously show because this is the first time I've actually seen a keychain
Yeah.
be done before with the P3. I think with the P3 we normally see things a little bit larger, but this is the first time I've seen it
Yep.
come out like the P2S.
Yeah, and the details and everything. It's
really
there.
nice.
Yeah. I love it.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then I guess the last question, if you were to get a P3, were you just going to use it for personal use, or were you going to have it in your maker dojo?
Well, if it's for me, then I probably use it for a lot of projects that I have in mind now
Okay.
that I see the things that you can do. But definitely, if it's for hackers, though, it's definitely for the communities, for the members, right?
Okay.
The whole point about our makerspace is creating a community. Number two, think outside the box, right?
Great.
So learning, and basically there's a lot in their minds. Well, make them come to life. So this is another way to do it.
And do you have a small business, or is it just for your makerspace?
No, it's just a makerspace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would just use this either personal or for your.
Right. Yeah. We do a lot of I do also run a nonprofit organization separate from Hacker Dojo, Pacific
Okay.
Hackers, and we do a lot of badges, and we have done laser cutting with some of those badges, and it came out great. So if we can do that, and we can bring like the next generation of hackers, using this type of machines, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. And you said you had the S1, which was the diode.
No, the D1.
D1 Pro.
D1 Pro, yeah,
Okay.
which is
The
very-
diode.
Yeah.
And then so now are you planning on, if you were to get the P3, are you thinking about using more acrylics or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm also into 3D science.
Okay.
That's like my next. I'm learning as we go, so that's gonna be like my next project.
Did
So,
you get to do any acrylic today?
not today,
Okay.
but I've seen the videos, and I mean it just looks amazing. So
Great. And so did you just work with wood today, or did you work with
today
anything
only
else?
wood, and I saw like as they're gonna present the glass and the slate and everything else. But yeah, no, this is today just for me only wood.
Okay. And I guess, were you surprised by anything that you saw today beyond just
Fast, easy to use.
you saw the two cameras, how you could switch?
Yes, the fact that you can switch the cameras, that even though it says like gives you the warning like to not leave unattended, well, the fact that you have multiple cameras to watch what you're doing, and you can leave it a little bit unattended. It's not recommended, so
Yeah.
don't take it from me. But hey, you have the cameras, you can do that, so might as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've answered most of the questions. Did you have anything that you wanted to add, I guess?
I will, if I have the money and everything, I will buy it right now. Yeah, unless my wife approves it. Hopefully, she's watching the YouTube and she approves. Then I will call Chloe and say, hey, put my order in. We're in. But yeah, I think this is for the price. I mean, I've done my research on CO2 lasers, especially for Hacker Dojo, and as we're trying to replace our own equipment, and it's just very expensive, right? And this machine, for what it provides, it's just amazing, right? So if you're starting in crafting, if you're starting into laser cutting, especially into acrylics and stuff, this is the way to go, right? You can opt to go to the other one, but I was just talking to another person here today. It's like, well, it never hurts to go like bigger. So since this machine is here and the price difference is not really that much from the other ones, like the P2, might as well go with this one. So yeah, that will be my recommendation.
Great. Thank you so much, Marcos.
No problem. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And now we have our last two. If you don't mind introducing yourselves really quickly.
I'm Chris.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
And I'm Zoe.
Nice to meet you, Zoe. And then you guys are local, right?
From Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. Oh, wow. Okay, great. How was the drive over?
Easy.
Yeah.
Nice.
No traffic.
So for those who don't know, Santa Cruz is about an hour away, just over some hills and just beyond there, they're right next to the coast. Or they're on the coast, I should say. And then, so what did you guys create today?
Yeah, so I brought kind of some torture tests of things that we've struggled with before. So we brought a mirror. So this is kind of the back of the mirror we cut through. The first kind of where we've been, the main design didn't go through, so we kind of did some testing and did a test grid. And then you can see on the front, you can just see the test grid at the moment. But having the settings dialed in, I think it would do a really good job in doing the actual design.
So you brought this today,
We brought a
right?
piece of mirror, yeah.
Yeah, and then the other one was on the other side. Sorry, I was
this
curious. This
yeah.
was not done. Was this done today?
This was
Okay.
done on the P3, but
Oh, wow. Okay.
But we didn't quite have the settings dialed in.
This was our design, and we've made several of them with this design etched into mirrors, and wood cut out trees, like 5 layers worth, painted differently
Oh, nice.
on the other side as a decoration.
And so this didn't have anything on it when you brought it in?
Correct.
Okay. And then you just did the sample and then just did the rest?
Yeah.
Okay. And then same with the back. What's your plans for the front, I guess?
No, the front. So the idea, I mean, this should be what you're seeing on the front.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't have the settings dialed in quite when we did the main thing. So we did a small test grid to get the settings in. Now it's.
And then your plan, I guess, in the future would be to then use what's on the
Yeah,
back, on the front.
Correct. So that would
Do it through the back, but at a high enough setting.
Okay.
that
So
it
it's on the front.
Show on the front.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Understood. And then what are you going to do? This would just be, it's by itself, just with the design on
No,
the.
we would have, so we have the design, and if it went all the way through like it was supposed to do, now that we've got the settings, we'll do it as soon as we get home, actually. It would have this etched into the mirror as a frame, and then we cut out a 5-layer tree and paint each
Okay.
layer differently and glue that on the front. And
Great.
it makes a phenomenal decoration.
Okay. And then hang it up or just have it
Yeah,
on.
we'll
Okay.
have one hanging in our house.
All right. Great. And then do you use like local trees or like do you go and source it locally or do you go and buy it?
Well, no, with the tree on it is just a piece of wood, and we've cut out the tree on the laser.
Okay.
So it's like a layered ornament.
The only reason I'm asking is because we went to Santa Cruz recently, or I went to Santa Cruz and then I got some stuff from the beach and I just brought it back and I'm like, let me just see what I can engrave with it. And that's a project that's upstairs. And also my coworker also did that, but in Lake Tahoe.
I've done a whole lot of that with other stuff, and we've actually have made our own slices of like redwood and such
Okay.
Madrone.
that we've then etched on
Great.
and done designs.
And so you came today with the expectation with the P3, not sure if it would work or hopeful that it would work.
Yeah, just we've struggled with mirrors in the past, so we kind of just wanted to see what the P3 would do.
Okay.
We have the P2S today.
Oh, you have the P2S. Okay.
And then the other thing that we've struggled with is just how thick the wood can be.
Okay.
Mostly we've done very thin wood, but this was kind of the torture test to see what it would take to cut straight through. This is solid maple.
And how thick is it?
Yeah, we figure about 20,
23.
20, 25 millimeter.
Okay.
So This is it. What were the settings on this?
Pretty much pretty like the lowest, the highest power, the lowest
Speed.
speed. But it did get through in one pass. So.
Yeah, I didn't leave that much burning.
No, you could totally.
Oh no, you
could totally
stand it out.
totally send that and it would be fine.
Great. And so you brought this one also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how were you able to do? Were you able to do this previously with the P2S or no?
Not so thick, or maybe in multiple passes, which
I think we did 2 passes on a 1/2-inch maple, and we're able to cut it with the P2.
Okay. And then this one is a little bit
but
different.
with the multiple passes, it you did get some deforms it a little bit. It kind of burns
Yeah.
as it goes. So doing it in one pass is definitely better.
Okay. And then were you both able to do both projects by just on your own, or did you have some
we got some help.
help?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what impressed you about the P3, I guess? Which one? This or that, I guess. Which one was more impressive for you, or something different?
For me, it's something different. For me, I just really like that it seems like the conveyor belt is dialed in now. We haven't done that with the P2, mainly because I've heard reports that it's really finicky
Mhm.
and doesn't seem worth dealing with the hassle of it. And this seems like it's really fixed that.
Yeah. We'll show it later so that you can see what it looks like. It was pretty impressive the way it was pulling it
Yeah, it
through.
really was. Yeah.
And then did you have a separate one, or was it the glass, or was it something that we didn't talk about?
Just the overall size, definitely very impressive.
Okay.
And also we have the P2S with the riser.
Mhm.
But certainly just having the bed go up and down
On its own.
and on its own,
Yeah.
and just have it do the settings versus like having to look up the chart. Oh, I put this in slot
Yeah.
3. It's just kind of
Put
the
it off.
kind of really the next level, just having it do it itself.
Do you see that changing your workflow in your office if you
I
had the
think
P3?
I think we would do a lot more deeper, thicker projects,
Okay.
especially she was talking about. Sometimes you were talking about local wood. We can just get local slices of beautiful wood,
Yeah.
and some of them are 4 or 5 inches thick, which we can do with the riser. But usually, what happens is we usually end up experimenting. We usually end up using up a piece just to experiment and get the settings dialed in. Whereas this, I think we would just figure it
I
out.
saw on the back that you were doing some.
Yeah, we did that with the
Okay.
P2. It's a 3D process embossing.
Okay.
So it does. It's probably not going to come through on camera, but it does give a really 3D effect that's kind of spooky.
Would you would you do some more things with it on the P3 or something like?
Definitely, because the main thing that stopped, well, I'm the one who did this, and the main thing that stopped me from doing many of those is that this little thing took like 40 minutes, an hour.
Mhm.
And if it could go in half the time, which sounds possible,
Mhm.
I would be much more likely to do it.
Okay, great. Let me see. And then, do you guys actually? I never asked this. Are you doing this as a hobby, or do you have a small business?
Some of both. We have been using it as a hobby, and we're kind of transitioning to want to do it more as a
Okay.
business. Yeah.
Very good. And so this initially started with the P2S, and then now you're evolving to the P.
Well, it started actually with a 5-watt diode laser.
Okay. And a CO2.
Yeah.
Um,
Which was a huge upgrade. It was the big seller for the P2S for us was the camera systems that we tried to rig something up with a diode laser and our own cameras, and we spent weeks and weeks of concentrated time, and it just never worked right. Yeah.
I guess my question, I hadn't asked this question, is in 3 words, how would you describe the P3 if you could?
I would say it's just more user friendly and more possibility. Like I made a bathroom cabinet on the P2, and for the back of it, I had to do 2 pieces and do kind of 2 interlocking pieces because there just wasn't enough size.
Mhm. Great. I think, is there any last minute comments that you wanted to add or anything?
Well, I like to say that woodworking is cheaper than marriage therapy, and I ought to know because I'm a marriage therapist.
Okay.
Though at this point, I'm not sure that's actually true, that it is cheaper. But if it starts paying us back, it'll be worth it.
Yeah. I think you guys are on a good track because I always see all the, I guess again, from a California perspective, is that you see a lot of wood, the redwoods that are huge. If you come out to California, you'll see them. and they're just so beautiful. And to use the wood in a very creative way with our P3 is just like one of one.
Yeah, you can pick up some good stuff just on the ground, or we have the big storms, and
As
Yes.
soon as the big storms are over, you hit the beach.
yeah,
Yeah.
unrelated to the laser, we have way too much. We've done that way too many times. We actually have shelving units full of wood we've salvaged off the beach, but
Which would make great projects, right?
someday, yeah.
Thank you so much, both of you. And then I think we're going to switch a little bit, but if we could just see one close view, I really like your glass. If you could just see what this looks like really quick, just so that everybody sees. And then as well, just
And it would look like that on the
other
other side.
side, which is easy. I can imagine. I'm imagining it now. I didn't know. I was like, is this the back side? Or now I can see it. And then this as well as the star that was the one pass cut through.
That is really thick.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. Go ahead and take a seat.
Thank you.
And then this is just a reminder to everybody, reminder to join the lucky draw and to drop a comment with P3 and to enter our lucky draw again. And so we're going to move a little bit to our squad showcase. So we actually, the entire day, as 2 large sessions of 15 each, I think. And so what that ended up being is that we had some of our hosts come and show off the P3. They've had a little bit more experience with the P3 since they've had it a little bit longer than most of our users. But let me bring them up. It's Beverly and Ryan. Just come up, please. Thank you so much. Round of applause if there was an audience. Round of applause. But so Beverly, I think right now what we're going to do is we're going to do some showcase. So I think we want to start off with you because right now we're going to be doing a tumbler. So we're going to be showing off the RA3. If you want to go ahead and kind of talk about what you're going to be making today.
Sure, we're going to just do a test tumbler, one of the small ones, and I already have it loaded, but let's see here. I can take it out really fast. But so
And then really quick about it, Ryan and you have had it for how long? Have you had your P3 for?
It's about 3 weeks, I believe.
Okay. And,
August 28th.
Yeah,
okay. Great.
So,
And you've been using it, I'm assuming.
oh yeah.
Actively.
Oh, actively.
much as I can. Yeah.
Because you both were doing the sessions like at the same time. So people know, I believe you were over here.
I was over here,
Evan,
yes.
Ryan, you were over here.
Correct.
And you're just running the projects for everybody that had questions about it. And it's obviously, I saw you doing a lot of projects. I at least saw yours that were really big projects. And I hadn't seen it actually doing its full thing, if you will. But
Gotcha.
sorry, let's go back to the
It's
tumbler.
okay.
So you were just taking it out.
So we are going to put the tumbler in, and the RA3 goes in right here and connects in, and then we just go ahead and just pop it in.
And I think we hadn't mentioned it clearly, but it's an 80-watt CO2 motor. We call it engine by a 36 by 18 bed with ACS automation. So it makes it with the dual cameras and LiDAR focus. So it's just a little bit like, I think we had mentioned in the previous interview, is that it's a little bit faster and also smarter. Go ahead.
And so once it's loaded, we go over to the computer screen, which I think they have loaded up. And we're going to, I already have a little butterfly icon for us in here. And we hit preview, and it will actually do a 3D rendering of the tumbler and show you exactly where it's going to be on your tumbler. And so, and then if you like where it's at, you just go ahead and you tell it to process, and it'll tell you the time that it's going to take. And
3 minutes.
are we going to process?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And so then it goes ahead, and you want to hit the button, David?
I don't really want to block.
And then I think with the
You can also see on the screen where it's. And so I think you can see online it said about 3 minutes for the tumbler, which is actually pretty quick. And this is actually the first time I've seen it in action. I know you were playing with it yesterday, but this is the first time I'm seeing it in action.
And it was my first time yesterday actually using it. And it was so like, it was easy to learn once we, got in there and started setting it up. And the main thing is at home is to always take off your air nozzle,
Okay.
whatever you're doing it. But yeah, it was simple to set up, and the machine guides you through, the software guides you through every step of the way. as you're setting up your tumbler, it models it and tells you exactly what to do next.
Okay, great. Because I know a lot of our P2 customers. Did you do actually tumblers previously to this, or were you just?
So we do our tumblers on the F2 Ultra.
Okay.
So we don't have a P2. So
Okay.
it's a whole different
Situation.
But I have.
Okay. And then how did you like it? I guess, did you try the?
I didn't get to try the RA3, but just watching and seeing how it's set up, it's a better system. Just the fact that you can take the chuck out and add that to the tumbler first that's a big improvement to me.
Yeah. And then while this is running, how about we get over and start yours
Okay.
as well? So you're going to be making something using.
Yeah. So the nice thing about the conveyor, so
I'm sorry, no.
I think it was kind of alluded to by one of the previous attendees, was that they had heard that it was hard to use the conveyor feature for the P2, and for me that is true. So this is one of my favorite features now, and it wasn't before. One of the things that I love about this is it's super easy to set up. It's like just a couple of quick thumb screws, slide them into place. Once you set up the system the first time, it stays in place. You don't have to undo and redo it all the time. The rails just come on pretty easy. And then this right back here pops off
Oh, nice.
so that we can access the system. So this is like, what, 2 foot by 4 foot?
Yes.
Just piece of
Okay.
just 1/4 inch plywood. And we'll just set it in, kind of keep it centered. And once it's in, I gotta make sure I open this sensor right here. A little sensor that allows for it to know where the end of the board is. Sorry, almost forgot. So we'll set that in there, and we'll just connect this system here. So I'm just going to tell it to auto measure and raise the bed. So it brings the bed up, which I love, and then it'll check here to make sure that it is set to go.
And then I did want to note right now that our price for the feeder is $4.99, and then for our rotary, it is $3.49.
It just takes a second. But now it's clamped down, and that's the thing that I like. It's not going anywhere.
What is the work area now? Do you?
So it's 2 feet wide.
Okay.
I don't really know if it has an end
And-
foot
Okay.
long. I have run it through 8 feet.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So-
Okay.
Once we have that,
And then what's the thickness actually? Do you
I
know?
believe we can do up to 1 inch thick.
Okay. And then once we get through with this, I'll jump back over to the
Absolutely.
you, Beverly.
So I'm just telling the machine that everything's ready to go. And what it's going to do now is stitch the pictures together. So the sky camera will take a picture of each section of the board, run it through, then take another picture and run it through again, And that's what I love about this, is that after it's all set up and done, we can see the picture added to the xTool Studio.
Yes.
And then place our image right on top and just cut from there, go from there. So now that that's done, we have our image here. And so we're ready to go. I'm just going to move this up just a hair. You can close the lid. We'll hit process. So right now the estimated time is 5 minutes and 52 seconds. I'll hit the button. And I'm going to show you the side view because I kind of like the side view. It looks cool of the camera. So
Great.
it's just going forward now. So
I think this was the part that I thought was really cool when I first saw it. I was like, you could switch between camera views
Yeah, I love
almost
that feature.
instantly.
I love that feature, and then I love that it's just going like crazy. So
There she goes. And you were doing this previously, right, for others who had questions about it, right?
yeah, absolutely. So we made I think we made a pug sign today for someone who loves his pugs.
I saw that.
And engraved his pug's name on the sign afterward. We made a bunch of other, I think a happy birthday sign to
I
his
saw that.
6-year-old,
Yeah.
and a couple others. It's just been fun to see what can be created. But yeah, and that's it. It's just moving along.
I think that's the fun part right now. I don't know if they can see that, but that just pulls it. I was just playing around with the rotary. I'm like, how is it pulling it through? And then Beverly was like, oh no, it pulls it automatically.
Yeah.
David. I was like, okay, I shouldn't be playing around with it as much as I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still think this is such a fun, easy to use. Like I still think at the end of the day, that's the nice part.
For volume, I'll turn this off for just a second, but that's my favorite part about this whole system and the ecosystem that you guys have built here. With every product that you've made, you reiterate and you move forward instead. And that's why, like, I'm not an employee. I just I'm some guy you picked up off the street to come and demo lasers. But seriously though, the ease of use with this is I can teach my kids how to use it. I can teach youth groups how to use it. I can teach anybody how to use it. It's not difficult. And that makes it fun. I think that adds to when you can put your hands on something, it makes it more real.
That's great to hear, because I think that's one of our, I'll let it start so we can actually let them see. And also I will note, I think this one also, we didn't talk about this in some others, but we have a new accessory, which is our AP2 Max, which I don't know if we can let it zoom in. So it is stronger, because I think we'll see later on that it is
this one over here, I think, is the better.
Maybe we can do this one over here. So it's $2,499, and so a lot bigger. You can see the size difference, but it is a larger than our. For those who know, the AP2 is kind of about right here,
And about
it's, about that. But this is much wider. I think you can't really know. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is much deeper, and it is also much more powerful.
Yeah, it's like 4 times power or something like that.
So this one's actually made for the P3 as well as I believe for other machines as well. So you can use it for other machines in our xTool lineup. But this is one thing I think we have 2 of them here, and we just forgot to kind of bring it up during the show is our live stream, is that they're both the ones that we've been using. We haven't been using AP2, we've been using AP2 Max.
Yeah.
But Beverly, you finished your cup, so let's
So
go
we're
back
going
to
to
the...
use this one.
Okay.
And so, and so, it engraves cleanly. This one's already been washed, and so after it's been washed off, and the settings, depending on, this was a quick and easy one, but for a full wrap, I think we timed it at like 20 minutes, and so to get it to go all the way around, and so, but you want to see it?
I'm not sure if they can see, but it's a nice butterfly. It's good for camping. That's what they're meant for, actually. It's like, I think they were meant for
camping, yeah.
I think they're good for camping cups. They're good for...
I can grab one of that's clear. Right there, that from earlier today.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So...
This is perfect. This is like really, really great. And a Stanley Cup, right?
And so, but it shows up so much better on the black.
Than on the gray. I think the gray looks great, but
it's more subtle, on the camera. But yes, but it does. It engraves beautifully. And so, and then once you get used to the 3D modeling, it's really fun to watch it do its magic with the cameras.
That looks great. Even from right here, it looks perfect. And then with Ryan, you're making, what are you making? I think
it's just an xTool sign.
Great.
Yeah.
I think we could use that for the upcoming Maker Fair.
Right? Yeah. So it should just be cutting out the last letter right now.
And I think this is maybe my, I'll just bring up the Maker Faire again. If you're in the Bay Area and you're watching us, we'll be in Vallejo this weekend. Even if you're not in the Bay Area and you're able to come, just come by our stand. We'll have this there. We'll also have our metal fab, and a lot of our new products will be there. So it'll be great for you all to see exactly what we're doing, and then also giving back to the maker community. And also, regardless, it's a good show to come to. It's going to be a great show. So that's my little spiel about it. But if you all are able to come, just come by. Oh wow! And I think also this is a nice point to add, because it's a much stronger laser. It is making a lot more smoke, and that is getting all
AP2 Max. Yeah, there's no smell.
That's one thing I think we initially, when we first got it, we thought we just could vent it out to the door, but it was a lot of smoke. But with AP2 Max, we're inside, obviously. I think you can see that. But there's, like you said, no smoke smell. Even though there's smoke that's coming from it, there's very little. There's no, I want to say there's no smell.
Yeah, we're almost done here.
Great. There we are.
That's it.
And this isn't like, this was also, I think we all saw that this was a regular board without the xTool, and then now it has the xTool cut out. And then,
all right.
That's about it. Thank you so much, Ryan and Beverly. Thank
You're
you so much for
welcome.
coming.
You're very welcome.
And they're not local, so sorry. So we're in, like I keep saying, we're in the San Francisco Bay Area. You're from West Jordan.
West Jordan, Utah. Yeah,
and then-
Salt Lake area.
I keep saying Dallas, but
But Colleyville, so Grapevine.
okay,
Middle-
Grapevine, Texas.
Yep.
And thank you so much for making the flight out. We appreciate you helping us out
Absolutely.
today.
Thanks for having us.
And then thank you for doing everything.
Yeah.
Sorry, just want to chime in really quick here, because like I mentioned earlier, this is a xTool squad team you guys
Yes.
presented. So I want to really to understand, what do you think about the community? What do you think about the squad team's kind of layers of vision that, encourage people to use laser to become a maker? And how was your experience with the maker?
Okay.
Or squad?
Do you want to say?
I feel like the xTool community, the Facebook groups, the interaction is very encouraging for people to come in and to make things and to really not be afraid to try new things and try out the new equipment, because everyone tends to be very encouraging, and because xTool has the squad members in there to help, and then the actual xTool employees. I feel like that it's created a space that's really safe for makers and really fun for makers to try new things, make new things, and branch out of what we do.
Yeah. And can I ask you, Bev, how many demos
Oh
have
my
you been
gosh.
doing so far?
So I think I've lost count, but since the P3 came, I'm guessing 60 to 70.
Oh, wow. And
So
that was like, what, a couple weeks?
August, when the day that we got the laser, the day that we took everything to the next level
Oh, yeah,
laser
yeah.
convention. Yes.
Yeah, by the way, I met with Bev in Next Level Laser Conference. That was a blast.
That
It
was so fun. So
right?
fun. Yeah.
And we actually borrowed some of your, projects on site. 'Cause the custom messed up, but something didn't arrive, so we have to borrow locally. And fortunately, you were there.
So it was fun. It was a really fun thing to do. But
Yeah.
yes, so that's the day that it arrived, is right after we went to the next level. And so, but yeah, it's been nonstop for
nice.
but it's been really nice. Every person who has come through, Ryan and I were talking about that, about everyone who's come through to demo any equipment. It's just such a great community. Everyone's been wonderful.
Yeah, that's honestly what I love about it. I responded to an email. That's how I got started with the xTool squad. Is
Maybe from Sarah.
yeah, they just said, if you're interested in joining our squad, let us know. And I just said, yeah, sure, why not? Mostly at the time, I was just interested in meeting people in the community.
Yeah.
And sharing and getting to know other people. I honestly didn't know how many demos I would do. I didn't think it would be many. I thought it would be maybe 1 or 2 a year. Maybe I didn't know that it would become like this. I've done Not nearly as many as Bev.
I mean,
but
and I'm trying to think, maybe not that many, but we've done a lot.
I've been busy with it.
Yeah.
I usually have at least 1 or 2 a week, outside of the regular, the big demo events
Yeah.
that we've had. And it's fantastic. I get to meet like-minded people who are really interested in doing similar things.
Yeah.
And then we share ideas. And that's the best part about the community to me,
Yeah.
is that no one's trying to gatekeep or keep you out of, oh, I don't want you to do that because that's what I do. And I don't want you to make, because that would infringe on me. Everybody has been like, oh, you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I do it with this. And we share ideas. And now, through all the demos, I've kept in touch with a lot of these people, and we're Facebook friends, but we're
Yeah.
friends. And they ask me questions like, hey, we've got some settings issues. What do you do for this? And
Yeah.
and we share back and forth.
Totally.
And that is the best part. And it's the true community portion of it. And that's one of the things I love that you guys have done with xTool, is embrace the maker community
Yeah.
and give back.
And also make it bigger. 'Cause,
Yeah.
laser was such a new kind of technique
Absolutely.
in recent years, and not mention that that's top level of laser that we've been kind of leading to. So having that mentality of building together, making things together, and sharing is really the essence of the xTool squad as well as the xTool communities. And I was reading all the comments in the live stream, so people know you already. I also saw your son Robin was commenting, and thank you so much for supporting. From your family, having you guys coming all the way to California from Utah, from Texas, and I think having those locations, having those squad member as our ambassador in different. My dream is to have at least one squad member of location within 1 mile to your doorstep. So
Okay.
it will be so accessible. So not only having an ease of use to the machine or to the software, but to the community,
Yeah.
to the pros like you guys. So that's where we are trying to build out an ecosystem, a portfolio, and really connected, not online only, but also in person.
Yeah.
To showcase how amazing the P3 is, also how amazing upcoming new product is. And another question though, out of all the demos you guys do, because I know you also own a apparel printer,
Yes.
right? You guys own other machines,
Yeah.
right? So what's the most frequent asked questions when, let's say, a newbie, an entry-level user comes over, and what's the question? I think that's maybe something that intimidating people from getting to laser world.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I think for me, mostly is like, what can I do with it?
Yeah.
Especially that some people don't realize how much can be done. And I'm just still scratching the surface myself. I know we call me a pro user, but I'm learning and growing each time I get to use these machines. People don't think of lasers as being able to cut and being able to do, at least they aren't aware. And then you show them how quickly and how easily and how flawlessly it can be done.
Yep.
They get super impressed, and like it makes it real to them, and they're like, oh, this idea I've had in my head of wanting to make this product is something we can actually do.
Yeah.
And that's very awesome to see.
Yeah. So this application, the use cases.
The application, and just to see, oh, it can cut acrylic. Yeah, we can cut acrylic. Do you want to do something? Let's cut some acrylic. Or it can do how thick a wood, and you're like, yeah, well, let's just do it. Let's get our hands dirty and try it out and see what can be done and learn together.
So speaking of the applications, what would you say is the most differentiation point between the P2S versus P3?
For me, 100% it is the conveyor feeder.
Okay.
Like
because you're using it.
Not only that though, like my first demo, my demo arrived a little late.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a lot of time to go through every feature.
Got it.
And the one that I was the most nervous about was the conveyor, because of my experience with the P2 and its conveyor. It was a little more cumbersome. I'm being very generous there.
No, it's all about authenticity today. So.
It was a lot more cumbersome. It was hard. I ruined a lot of material as I tried to get it to work, and was frustrated. So I found ways to not use it rather than implement it in my workflow. And that's not the case now. The first demo I did was in front of people and it worked flawlessly.
Oh, wow.
And it did what I wanted it to. And from then on, I've been excited to use it again and again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a way to use the feeder to create a like a mortise and tenon style laminated workbench. So like that's something that I'm trying to do to increase my shop workability.
Yeah.
So
And also, I saw some really great examples on our website, our Instagram, that posting the furniture making.
exactly,
And then
yeah,
you can have a capability of merging different materials
different
into one.
types.
Leather with acrylic with woods.
Mhm.
So that's something I think could really generate that so-called use case, right?
Yeah.
It's not just use case, it's becoming something that you can mock up and sell and then make it really mainstream to people's work and to people's life.
Mainstream and unique.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's
And
not something you
personalized.
see
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love about it is,
Exactly.
and I'm a make a gift rather than give a gift type of, or than buy a gift person.
Yeah.
So it's so much fun to be able to create these items that are just more so
Awesome.
than just something you can find in a store.
Awesome. How about you, Beth?
So I think, well, I don't have the P2 to compare to,
Mhm.
but the ease of use of it makes it fun again.
Mm.
So I had gotten to a point in my lasering journey where I didn't want to turn on our laser. I only turned it on if we had an order that I
Okay.
had to absolutely turn the laser on. And so we got the F2 Ultra probably 2 weeks before we got the P3, and it's been so fun. Like all I want to do is think of projects and go in there and use the lasers to make things now.
Yeah.
And so because instead of having to struggle with settings and struggle with things,
Mhm.
can just come in
And just use it.
and use it. And I think when people come in to the studio for demonstrations, I think that they come in with the mindset that they're not going to be able to do it.
Mm.
So a lot of times they come in very already overwhelmed before that we ever start. And then when they see how simple it is, they're like, oh, I can go home and make this too.
Yeah.
And so, and I think, and then the other thing people always ask how they can turn it into a business,
Mhm.
which is so personal though, because I mean,
We all got ideas, right?
we all have
Yeah.
ideas, but there could be 10 laser people all in this building and everyone have a business
Yeah.
that's totally,
But also, I want to call
Unique.
out that we have this tons of material settings in our material library. Also, we have a lot of files on our Atom platform. So if you don't know what to do, you don't know where to start, just go to the settings and just borrow idea from the pro users.
Be bold, try it out.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, just try it out. Do your first project.
yeah.
Right.
And the preset settings are usually right on target.
Mhm.
They're very, very, very accurate.
Hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. And like you said, it's not just about work; it's about fun.
Yeah.
It's about creativity.
Yes.
And that's all laser all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
having
coming
us.
all
Thank
the
you for
way
having us. Yes.
And
Appreciate
supporting the event.
Thank you, Stein.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So we're going to go back and now we're going to start Ask Me Anything AMA.
All right.
So we've gathered some questions from our community.
Take out my phone and check out the live stream.
So we collected some questions, I believe about 6. And so I'll ask them here. I'll be asking them, Stein will be responding. And so we're kind of just playing like ping pong right now. So I'm going to start off with one of the questions, which was concerning cutting and engraving capability.
Mhm.
So what was the maximum cutting thickness? How thick of wood, not just softwood, can it cut in a single pass? And then Stein, you'll have the answer.
So for the single pass, I think that's a good question. Is you don't want to do several passes to get that black debris. So one single pass can get you the cleanest edges and really, really sharp. So that for, let's say, base wood, it's about 20 millimeter of thickness. But you can cut up to plywood about 26 millimeter as the thickest.
And then the next one was about accuracy. And how does the cut function work? And is it accurate?
So yeah, the question about the cutting accuracy, we do the motion accuracy. It's about 0.01 millimeter of accuracy. And if we want to take a comparison to when you're cutting in a high speed the P3 is coming in 1200 millimeter per second versus the previous version is 600 millimeter per second. So cutting quick and accurate is really the key takeaway of the P3 machine.
And then that was it for that. So we'll move into software support. And so will the machine run on XCS, so xTool Creative Space? And if so, are all the features available on XCS as well?
So yeah, I think that's a recent announcement that we just announced on our website in the support page. The X2 Studio actually is going to be the exclusive software for P3. And also, starting from P3, any new products down the lane will be only compatible with X2 Studio. Because X Studio, we enhance a lot of UI settings, and we enhance a lot of material resources, and also with the richer design resources, interaction features, such as, for P3, the X Studio includes exclusive automation functions, and also the 3D modeling preview for the RA3. So those features add on to the machine is only going to be compatible with the X2 Studio. As far as the XCS concern, the final release of XCS is going to be V2.7, and we just released it. Then down the road, there's not going to be any new further updates on XCS on PC or mobile. So that's where we see the software path is going to be. And just one note to that, XCS and the Studio are two separate apps, meaning you can still choose XCS for the current existing work that you're doing with your current machines. However, from this V2.7, we won't update any features on XCS. So everything is transformed to X Studio from here. And that'll be all.
Okay, great. And so next will be material settings. So recommended settings, since retailers like CMB don't have suggested settings yet, what are the recommended settings for new materials?
No, currently we don't have any new material setting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for core components, so we're moving on to the glass tube. And then what is the expected lifespan of the P3's glass tube?
So it's about 10,000 hours of use.
And then moving on to the accessories, this one came in as, what are the details about the honeycomb and slats?
So the slates is going to be included with the P3 package. However, the honeycomb going to be expected to launch and in stock by middle of November this year.
Great. And then so the next one is about purchasing and shipping. So delivery time frame. So if somebody was to order now, when can I expect it to ship?
Yes, I also answered that question in the comment section earlier. So everything within the United States P3 is already in stock in Ontario, California warehouse. So for, let's say, some of you purchase the order today, you can expect it to have it within about 5 business days, and versus the from West Coast versus the East Coast and the southern part, it might have a little bit extra days, 1 to 2 extra days. And since it's LTL shipping, because it's very heavy, it's over 200 pounds, and it has to be shipped in LTL. So I expect a little bit extra time on getting the shipping out and getting the notification for delivery than parcel shipping. But overall, we are fully in stock.
Great. And that wraps it up for our questions. I know we've been active with our comments and responding to them as much as we can. But if you have any other questions, just please drop the comment and then we'll get to you as we can.
I'm looking at it, see if, I see actually a good question here. So Dave asked if, can you do deep engraving with the 5-watt IR laser when it's available? Define deep engraving first. So I guess, so first of all, 5-watt IR is going to be available in November. Then, once it's getting available, you will see on our website. So feel free to add on. But for deep engraving, let's say, you guys know F1 Ultra, right? It's a 20 watts fiber. And for F1, the small one is 2-watt IR. So I guess that's the engraving capabilities in between of those two machines. I mean, it can do engrave on metal, but not necessarily like very deep engraving, or not mention the deep embossing. But I will say this is the first dual laser system that we have on both CO2 and IR. So it's a great kind of capacity. It's a great switch if you want to work on the metal from time to time on top of your woodworking. But not necessarily expecting to do a very deep embossing. You wanted to get F1 Ultra or F2 Ultra as an upgrade if you really like metal. Let me see if there's anything else here.
I think also I wanted to mention we're in our office, so the lights keep turning on and off, and that's why it looks darker and not. So like, thank you for your patience, and also, yeah, we just don't have anybody up here minus Stein and I, so that's why they keep turning off in our area, not in the rest of the office.
Yeah, I think I answered some of the questions. Yeah, for Canadian audience, I have to get that back to you in a bit. We do have a warehouse in Canada. And I think we are getting some loading on the P3 recently, but it's not a big order yet. But I will check and get back to you. Yeah, I think that's all. If there's more questions, we'll try to reply after the live stream. Thank you.
And then, so as we close, I want to thank all our guests and everyone. I know it's getting late, and thank everybody online for being here with us. And so right now, we're going to just finish it up by also announcing the winners of our lucky draw. So if you hadn't entered, I believe you can still enter by typing or by 3
and also chat. Before that, just to highlight again, there are ties schedule for closing your balance. If you're early adopter, early bird pricing, you put a 100 deposit. So the last call for the balance payment, which is $58.99, which gets you $59.99 early bird price, is gonna be end of tomorrow midnight, which is 24th midnight in California time. So just only 1 day to go. And for the other, early adopters who didn't put deposit, that's fine. We still have about a week to go until end of 30th of September. So 30th of September midnight, we will you're able to still enjoy the price of $63.99. So that's $600 off from the MSRP. So you have a week to go. But for today, we will leave to David to announcing the lucky draw winners.
So for the first two, it's going to be for an RA3. So the first one is going to be Kia L and potato fries. Congratulations, you won the RA3. And I don't know if there's any type of sweet potato fries. I was like, potato fries. Anyway, AP2 Max, the winner is Sarah R. And so we'll be in contact with you I believe you're in here as well. So we'll be in contact with you as to what the next steps are, and then we can go from there.
Two, right? Just making sure there's 2 person for the RA2. One's Kia L, and another is potato fries. Right? Yeah, and also the
AP2 Maxes.
Who that go? Sarah R.
And then email us at
pr@xtool.com. We got it right.
Yeah. And I believe that's it. I don't think we had any other questions. We'll get back to you via the live chat, and we're all set. Thank you so much for joining our live.
Thank you. Until next time in Mountain View office of X3 U.S.